Let me tell you something. This man right here, this man is an absolute unit.
Welcome back. Look who it is. It's you again, I think. I doubt anyone's starting right here, so welcome back. It's you again. Makes sense. Okay, let's move on. I'm back. Back again. Guess who's back again? I am all over the place this morning. Again, I'm in a stale hot room. It's already, Jesus Christ, it's already 80 degrees outside, barely noon. I hate it. At least it's not getting much hotter today. I think we're out of the trenches for the time being. We're out of the trenches. We're not sweating at every possible second. That being said, I should have took my socks off. I'm wearing socks right now. That's going to make me unbelievably hot throughout this. My feet are the only part of my body that are ever cold anymore, you know? My feet get cold, and if my feet are hot, the whole body just ramps up and up and up and up. So, should have took my socks off. Didn't, but I'm going to leave them on now. I'm going to force myself to drag through these trenches. Oh, man. I also should have I don't know why I started recording right now. I'm still in shambles. I should have done a lot more preparations, not reparations. Preparations before this. But here we are. I just got home from the gym and didn't shower right away. Decided to record this first, you know. That's how special you guys are to me. That's number one priority, is making this. It's also Wednesday, and I usually put out the podcast today, and I'm still not super used to this new software, so I know it's going to take me a decent bit to record this, so it'll be out by the end of the day, is all I can say, you know. Sometimes you have an assignment due at 11:59 p.m., and sometimes it gets turned in at 11:58, you know, and that's nobody's fault. If anything, that's the professor's fault for assigning it at 11:59. If I have to turn an assignment in class, you think I'm going to show up the period before to give it to you? No, I'm showing up that period with it. That's how that works. Which means if you assign an assignment to be due at midnight online or something, it's getting done at midnight. It's getting done 2 minutes before. I'm not showing up early to give it to you. I'm definitely not turning it in the day before, you know. Might turn it in when I finish it that day at like 4 or 5 p.m., but you're not getting it the day early. That's all I can say to you about that. But, oh man. Okay, so I really hope this isn't offensive, but I have to talk about this. So I was at the gym the other day, right? I was riding the bike, you know. I'm getting back into it. It's the first time I've done cardio in who knows how long. We don't need to talk about it. But, okay, so there are 5 bikes, and I went for the very middle one, because when I first got there was somebody like if they're labeled 1 through 5, there was somebody at bike number 1. So I took bike number 3. Is this making sense? Right? So I'm at bike number 3, very middle. Like, within a minute of me sitting down, like I barely started, bike number 1 gets up and leaves. So now I'm in the middle, kind of like a dick. But there are still 2 bikes that you could leave a space between you and me and sit at. So I don't think it's that bad. Like 4 minutes go by, and this guy walks up and sits at bike number 4, directly on my left. And so, you know, I kind of look at him. When I look at him, I notice he's got an eye patch on, like a black pirate eye patch on, which is one of the very few things that I could see at the gym that will totally catch me off guard. Like, I was not ready to see that right then and there. Not at all. I didn't know. That's not what I went into the gym expecting at all, you know? I did not expect to see an eye patch. So I really hope this guy's just got something temporary going on. Maybe he's got a scar right now, stitches something, and he's just using it to, you know, cover up that because it's whatever. I hope it's not something serious and terminal or anything like that. I hope he doesn't have eye cancer. But oh my God, did it catch me off guard. But this is going to get nerdy. The main character in Tokyo Ghoul, it's a manga and anime. Read the manga though, it's better. He has an eye patch over one of his eyes. And his looks like super medical. It's like white, you know, it looks as medical as possible. And that's the route I would go if I had to wear an eye patch. I would want it to look as medical as possible, even if I'm wearing it permanently for the rest of my life. I'll get a few of them, you know, I'll cycle through. I don't want to wear the same one every day. I don't know if they get gross. I don't know how sweaty. You wipe sweat off your brow, so maybe it does get sweaty. Maybe you would need to change it every now and then. But yeah, I just wanted to look as medical as possible so that I don't look like just a dude wearing an eye patch for no reason. I'm sure this guy had a reason. I'm sure it was a great reason, and it was the right reason, right thing to do. But it's just like a black circular pirate eye patch. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm going to look something up really quick that I just thought about that I don't understand. I don't understand how, and this could be very ignorant of me, but maybe other people just like don't think about it. I don't know how lazy eyes work. Because I know multiple people with lazy eyes, and they can still see out of both eyes fine. So I have to look this up. Okay, so people with a lazy eye can't focus their eye on an image, so they often see double, but their brain will ignore the double image, the eye that isn't aligned. That's so interesting. I love when your brain just ignores things. Like, I just got an ear piercing recently, and right at first I could see it. It was always in my frame of vision. And now I can't see it, you know? It's just become a part of my nose that my brain blanks out. Because you can always see your nose, but your brain blocks it out of your vision. So interesting. The brain is the most interesting thing on this planet to me, the human brain. It's great. Like, there's that saying that the human brain is the only thing that's ever named itself because everything else was named by the human brain, you know? That's crazy. At least from our frame of reference, you know? Alien brains have named alien things because there are aliens out there. 100% guarantee. You can take that to goddamn bank. Take it to the goddamn bank. Tell them that Travis Hood sent you. I don't know what accent that was. I don't know what that was at all. Did anybody else really think about it? Do you guys know how lazy eyes work, or was I tripping? Just now, thinking that I was the only person who didn't know how they worked? Because I know people have them, you know, get them for a bunch of different reasons, I think. I should have looked that up too. I don't know how you get a lazy eye, if I'm being 100% honest. I figured it was a birth thing, genetic thing of some kind. Did you guys know how they worked? Like, I knew people could see out of them because I know somebody who had a teacher. This is going to sound fake. I'm prepping you right now. I know somebody who had a teacher who had one lazy eye and one glass eye. Wait, isn't there a famous person with one lazy eye? Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I knew somebody who had a teacher with one lazy eye, one glass eye. Maybe he was a college professor. I can't remember it at this point. And they could see, so I had no idea. 'Cause you can't see out of a glass eye, I think. Who knows, you know? Light is crazy. But so they just had the lazy eye. So obviously they could see. And obviously their brain wasn't blocking out that image because it's the only one. So they were seeing singular. They just couldn't focus, which is also really interesting. I wonder how they, you know, read things as a teacher. Now it makes even less sense. Why? I feel like teacher is the one career path you wouldn't want to take with that circumstance. Like, if you just have a lazy eye, that's all you can see out of, I don't think you would want a job where 80% of the time you need to read. That's just me. Maybe I'm completely misunderstanding how it works. I could be sounding so ignorant right now, but I'm just getting it out there. I don't get it. I'm not the dumbest person. I might be the dumbest person I know. I'm definitely not. But I'm also not the smartest person I know. There's some smart cookies out there, especially, you know, kids that I went to high school with are really smart. I've been oddly nostalgic for high school recently. I don't know what it is. I reached out to some high school friends recently just because, like, I wanted to talk to them more. I had a dream about this kid that I was friends with early on in high school, but then he went to a different school, and now did he go to military school? He might have. Or he's at least in the military now. I had a dream where I met him at the last place that I saw him, which was like in a mall. He's with the other person that, you know, was like his best friend in high school. He's with him too. It was so weird because it was like I just went back to that exact moment, but we were aged up. Like, they both look like what I've seen them on Instagram look like. I look like I do now. It was odd. I don't know what that dream means, but I think it just proves that I've been thinking about high school a lot recently. It's yeah, high school is something else. I mean, I'm still not very far removed. I've been out of high school for 2 years now, so still close. I was still in high school longer than I've been out of it, so I think that's where that distinction lies. God, 1 p.m. and I'm yawning like crazy. Oh man, okay, so we're going to transition into everyone's favorite part of the podcast where I talk about my job. I'm not really going to talk shit about it this time. I mean, I definitely could, but I need to talk about this story. So recently, It was the 4th of July, and I worked 4th of July weekend. And so Sunday the 4th, right? It was Sunday. Yeah. Sunday the 4th, I'm outside driving a forklift like the G I am, absolutely pimping it on the forklift. And I stop and I'm waiting for my work homie to open up a gate, let me inside. But right before he opens the gate, this homeless guy comes up to me, and he's got a dog. He's got a beautiful dog, dude. Such a good looking, maybe it was a pit bull. God, now I can't remember. I think it was a pit bull. But yeah, and he starts talking to me about these kids. That there's like an empty lot between my store and a different store that's like diagonal to us. So it's diagonal, and in that empty lot that like we share, that corner that we share of like a square, if you can picture that. It's just a big empty lot. A lot of dead grass and dying stuff because it's summer. It hasn't rained in, a few months at this point. So yeah, he points past that lot, because right there also is railroad tracks. So a lot of homeless people live on these railroad tracks because they can. City can't do much about it, which is good. I'm glad that they found a spot to get away from police officers. But this guy comes up to me and starts talking about these kids that are in that empty lot, setting fireworks off, and they're doing it right then. It's like still daylight, and they're setting off fireworks, and they were doing it the night before as well. And he told me he called the cops on him once. Cops didn't do anything, so he confronted him again and was like just trying to get him to leave by himself. And one of the kids pulled a knife on him, and so he's being really derogatory towards him, being homeless piece of shit, I'll kill you, who would care, that kind of stuff. Which sorry, this not everybody might like to hear this, but like fuck these police officers for then getting that second call where he's talking about being threatened with his life, and they show up and they're like, hey, don't do that. Like no action is taken. Like I feel like that's messed up. It might be, there might be some rule that you can just kill homeless people. I guess I don't know about that. I guess maybe these cops don't care enough, which sucks to hear. But so this homeless guy starts asking me, he's like, I couldn't sleep at all last night. There's a bunch of smoke blowing through my camp. My dog was freaking out last night because we're 50 feet away from these fireworks, and there's not really anywhere else for me to go. All of my stuff is right here. I can't just leave, so I really sympathize with the guy, or empathize would be the correct term here, I think. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do whatever I can. I'll talk to my manager, because if Home Depot as a store complains or like calls the fire department, maybe it's what we kind of decided on, since the police weren't doing anything. The fire department could shut them down a little more effectively and be like, also because it was so hot recently here, like I've been complaining about, there's like a burn ban in a lot of the state that I live in. So using that, I figured calling the fire department might be more effective, because they would probably shut them down. It wouldn't be like, well, you're not really trespassing, so we'll see you later. Wouldn't do that. They'd be like, well, you can't, set this whole area on fire, so you need to get out of here, was our understanding. So I go in, I talk to my manager, and he's like, oh, okay. 3 minutes later, my manager comes back and is like, yeah, I called them, but apparently somebody else already called them. They're on their way. And I go outside, and there are 7 police cars in that parking lot, like lights on. A few of them pulled up with sirens on, and those kids were gone in like 10 minutes. I was like, okay, finally did something. Took 3 calls and like dozens of fireworks going off for actually taking place. Because, oh man, being from the desert, that stuff makes me nervous, because I know people just have bonfires near hills, and like the whole hill will set on fire. So like, I was worried about there being a huge fire between 2 stores in this huge empty lot, and there could be close to 100 homeless people near this fire, and that makes me nervous too. I don't want dozens of people getting burned or dying or losing what little they have left. That would absolutely be terrible. So yeah, there's a good uplifting story, I guess. There's not really a funny conclusion to that, other than, fuck those kids. You don't need to be setting off fireworks in a not abandoned lot. There is so much empty space near this town. It is insane. This is an agricultural area. Do you know how many places you could go where there'd just be like one farmer complaining, maybe? Like, these kids are idiots anyways. Like, if you're gonna go crazy, go stupid, as you know, do some wild teenage antics, hopefully they're teenagers, because if they're any older, that sucks, because they're not making it very far in anything they try to do. Sorry. Simple as that. You know, if you can't get through the basics of life, you're not making it. Sorry. Unless you just get insanely lucky, and I'm sorry. But, you know, you're not doing anything cool enough to get lucky if you're setting off fireworks in a lot. Like, you're kind of almost asking to get caught. Especially a kid pulling a knife on a homeless guy is like, they're just in it for the thrill. I feel like they're dipshit kids. For sure. But, what am I trying to say? I forgot. God damn it. I think I like finally figured out something funny to wrap that up with, and then I just blanked on it. Oh my god. Okay. Reel it back in, guys. Reel it in. Everybody calm down. Sit down. Hey, sit down. Keep listening. Please keep listening. Please. Dude. Speaking of fires, I set the fire alarm off in our apartment for the first time since we moved in. Shout out. So I have a Ninja Foodie grill, right? So it's this 5-in-1, I think they call it. I've only ever used 2 of the modes on it. You can grill, air fry, dehydrate, roast, and bake in it, which I don't know how roasting and baking are different settings, if I'm being honest. But I've only ever grilled and air fried. I want to dehydrate some stuff. I would love to dehydrate apples and make like an apple powder that I could use as a spice. I think that would be fire in some things, but I just haven't done it yet. So it has like 2 baskets. It has a grill grate thing, and then a air frying basket. That's also the basket you use for dehydrating. So I got that out. I was just getting it warmed up. I was gonna air fry. No, I was gonna grill, which is the worst part of all this, because the air fry basket is inside of it, and I didn't change it out. I didn't open it and switch it out with the grill plate. And that right there is the sole reason that the fire alarm went off, because inside the grill basket was this air fry basket was this little brush that came with the, Ninja Foodie. It's like a little grill brush. It's really good. It's pretty solid, but it's mostly plastic, right? So I leave it in there, right? And I just hit, grill max. I'm about to grill up some asparagus, I think. And so it's getting up to about 500 degrees on max. And right when it gets up there, I notice that it's real smoky in the apartment. And I open the basket and I just see a puddle of plastic. It's just fully melted at this point. And dude, I was pissed, because as soon as I open it, the fire alarm starts going off. And like, I have so many things to deal with at this moment. And like, my cats are freaking out. They haven't heard the fire alarm in who knows how long. I don't think we even set off the fire alarm in our last place. So it's been like a year since they've heard the fire alarm. So they are tripping right now. They're running everywhere, sprinting. They're under the bed in our room. And I'm just like trying to get hot, I'm trying to get oven mitts to get the basket out of the grill so it doesn't keep heating up and keep liquefying this plastic grill brush. But I also want the fire alarm to stop going off, so I throw on like one oven mitt. I just grab it and I throw it in the sink. And then I grab 2 towels and I'm starting to like fan out the apartment. I got like windows all the way open, all the windows out in that area all the way open, and I'm just swinging towels around trying to get the fire alarm to stop. But we've only lived here for like 2 months, and I have no idea where the fire alarm is. Like, I'm looking in the kitchen, and I don't see one. And then I remember that it's in the hallway. So I'm just like in the hallway flapping around towels, which scares my cats even more. One of them was like near the bed looking around, and she was, oh, dude, she lost it. She was running out of there. And this whole time, I am pissed. I'm furious at myself. Like, I stopped setting the fire. I got the fire alarm to stop, and I walk back over to the sink, and I see the puddle of plastic in that air fry basket, and I just start whacking the towels against the sink, and I should cut that. That was really loud. That peaked. I'm just like thwacking it against the side of the counter, just like, God damn it, son of a fucking bitch. I'm so angry at myself. And now I have to grab the grate out and put that in there because I'm like, fuck, I need to eat. Like, I have to go to work in an hour. It's just like, just adding to the stress of all this shit. And I'm like, how the fuck do I clean liquid plastic out of this? Like, while my food is warming up. Luckily, nothing seeped through anything. I didn't really have to deep clean anything else in the grill. So I could just let it go, forget about it for a second. I can't leave a grill brush in there because I only had one, and it's a puddle, and I'm staring at it right here in the sink now. So I know everything's fine over there. And I just grab tongs, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I could scrape it out, like scrape it, try to grab it, because it's still really hot, so I can't do much with it. And I don't know if you guys have ever melted plastic before, but it just gets like really stringy, like strings coming off of it. It looks like, I don't know, it starts to look like in plastic netting, like bird netting almost. So I'm just trying to scrape all of this out and just like throw it away. And I'm just like still so pissed at myself as I'm scraping it. I'm just like, son of a fucking motherfucker. I'm like Joe Pesci in Home Alone. I was so pissed at myself. I almost texted my girlfriend and been like, oh, fire alarm works. But I couldn't bring myself to do it because then I'd have to explain the whole situation. And I'm still pissed about it, so I don't want to talk about it. But, oh man, I was furious. All because I just didn't switch out the baskets, And I've almost done that before. I started it and then like walked away, and like as soon as I got a few steps away, I remembered and I opened and I took it out. So like it really was just a matter of time before this happened, but I was still so angry. Like I was hitting shit. I was just pissed, so mad, and yeah, I was so angry, and I got to the angry point or I got to the point afterwards where I'm laughing about it, and I'm just like laughing out loud in my apartment like an insane person. Somebody heard me set the fire alarm off and just whack shit for a little while, and then just start laughing, and they're like, okay, I gotta move. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So that's how my Tuesday went. Wait, no, it was probably last Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. So as soon as I get to work, I was like, okay, I'm leaving early today. I can't be here for that long. Can't do it. Not today. Okay, I think I might. I've been recording for a decent bit of time. I think I might. Hello? Why does this look like it's not working? Hello? I think I might have to wrap up the podcast here just to double check to make sure this is all recording. These waveforms look really weird. I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to figure out this new software. It's great. It works well. Just getting used to it. So I think I'm going to head out here. Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to follow at _Travis Hudson on Instagram and Twitter. If you search up Travis Hudson on YouTube, I'm putting these all up there. It's just audio. There's no video yet. So I actually hit the upload limit. I was just like dropping batches of these recently, and I hit the upload limit. I didn't know there was one. So I'll probably finish uploading those today too. Get it all caught up. Try to stay up to date weekly with that. And I've got a few other things that will probably go up on YouTube sometime soon. I'm building a keyboard, so I'm going to stream that and then, maybe take the whole recording and throw that on YouTube because some people like watching that. I like watching that. Oh yeah, so check out the stream. A little absolute unit, LIL, and then absolute unit, no spaces, twitch.tv/little absolute unit. And make sure you tell somebody you love them. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Let me tell you something. This man right here, this man is an absolute unit.